Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's been a while since I've recorded a video like this, which has always been my favorite thing to do. Um, Without going into too much detail, I've thought about it, and I've come out with the conclusion that I'm not as motivated to do the funniest moments and most of video game related stuff. What I really enjoy doing is doing what I'm doing right now, actually recording stuff with my camera and mostly tech related stuff. I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, but of the top 8 videos of my channel, this graphics card is in 3 of them. So that tells me, and each one of them has over 1,000 views each. I think combined total of like slightly over 10,000 or slightly under 10,000, something like that. So that tells me people like me or like videos of tech. So in today's video, I'm going to be looking at this laptop. This laptop's old. It's from 2012, but it was I forget how much money it was, but it was a lot of money when it came out, but like over $1,000. And now you can pick these up for sub $200 price range. So what I'm gonna do is I've already picked up one of these. Actually, my family has ordered a total of 3 of them, and then I have one of them. And I'm gonna see if it can play a certain number of games. So first game we're gonna do is gonna be Fortnite, obviously, because everybody plays Fortnite. It's a mega giant trend right now. Hoping, not gonna lie, I'm hoping to be able to get some views and more views in, because I don't even make money from this because I'm too small. I don't hit the requirements to have AdSense anymore. But hoping to cash in on some views, not gonna lie. But then after that, we're probably gonna look at games like Warframe and CS:GO. Those are the other 2 games we're planning on doing. Take it away, me from the future, with the specs of this baby. I said that weird. So the laptop, which is an HP 8570p EliteBook, has an Intel Core i5 3320M, which is 2-core, 4-thread. It runs at 2.6 gigahertz base, and it will automatically overclock up to 3.3 gigahertz. It launched in Q2 2012, so it's rather old. I've installed an extra 4 gigabytes of memory into my laptop, so now I have 8 gigabytes of 1600 megahertz RAM. And most interestingly, is a dedicated graphics, which is an AMD Radeon HD 7570M, which released in Q1 2012. It runs at 500 megahertz and has 1 gigabyte of VRAM, which runs at 800 megahertz. The screen is 15 inches, and it is 1366 by 768, so a pretty low resolution for nowadays, for like modern standards. Normally you want to have at least 1080p, but given when this came out, it's all right, and given what we're working with, I wouldn't want to be running anything at 1080p anyways. So anyways, let's get on to the rest of it. Alright, so while this is updating, I'm going to explain something real quick. I was originally planning on using my capture card here. This is a capture card I used to capture Xbox footage, like I did in that montage. If you want to watch that, I'm going to put that in the info card there. But okay, wait, hold on. The way this works is you plug in an HDMI here on the input side, and then you plug in another HDMI here, and that goes to your screen. So, for example, you have your Xbox go from the Xbox console to here, then you have this go from here to the screen. That way, so data that's outputting towards the TV would just go into here, and then that way you capture it. And I was going to do that with the laptop, because theoretically you can do it with anything that outputs a signal digitally through HDMI. But the issue was this laptop actually doesn't have an HDMI port, because what you can do is you can plug in an HDMI port, and then you can have it as extend, mirror, or the mirror basically means it shows the exact same thing, or I forget what the other option is, There's 4 total, and I would have had it set to mirror, so it'd be sending out a signal through the HDMI, same way that this basically exactly the same stuff that's going on here, but this doesn't have an HDMI. It does have a display port. And for those that don't know what DisplayPort is, you probably think DisplayPort. Isn't that what an HDMI is? Now, there is a DisplayPort type that is called DisplayPort. It is better than HDMI in every way. It is awesome version of HDMI, but it's not industry standard yet. Graphics cards have it on them. High-end screens use them all the time because it's better than HDMI. But the issue is here in this scenario, if I had a DisplayPort to HDMI adapter, so one end is a male DisplayPort and the other end is a male HDMI, I could capture footage from this laptop through digitally without affecting performance. But I don't have a cable like that. I have a friend who has a cable like that, but I'm not gonna contact them at almost 10 at night to ask to borrow that cable. Well, a brother of a friend, and I haven't talked to him in ages anyway, so it's whatever. So this is what I'm resorting to, and I think it looks alright. I mean, it could be worse. And so that's why I'm not going to be recording any of the videos like this. But I'll get back to you guys when this is done updating. Alright, so it's finally done updating. I'm so glad I still got my old phone here. That still works good because I was able to, I didn't have to unset up my feed 30 over here. I could just, adjusting right now, I'm messing around with the white balance. Ooh, make everything like that. I can pump it up there. That's probably the most natural colors I can come up with here. Yeah, you get the freaking TN lines on there. Can't really do anything to fix that though, unfortunately. Unless I load it up like OBS or something on here to record with, and that will definitely impact performance. Something I do want to say about this laptop is the speakers on it are not very good. Thankfully, obviously, it has a headphone jack, so you can just plug in your headphones or I guess speakers of choice. As you can see, this isn't running. This doesn't look too good at the moment. There's a frame rate right there. I have it capped at 30. Here, I can uncap it for a second. Move it up to 60. So on the menu here, it's gonna be running perfectly fine. You can put this up to unlimited. There we go. We're running up into the 90s, at least on the here on the there we go. 40 FPS. These I've already messed around with the settings, so I don't want to go through this whole process again. But basically everything's low and the 3D resolution's about 50%. So basically as low as you can get. I'm going to cap it at 30 so I don't have extremely bad screen tearing on top of it. But it's just loaded to an explosives match. Alright. Oh god, hold up. What emote do I have on? Rock, paper, scissors. Hold on, let's just watch some emotes here. Yes. Only the crispest, smoothest emotes. Hold on, I'm gonna, while this is doing this, I want to pull off my phone real quick, just so you guys can see how pixelated that is. It's starting, the camera got all messed up. There we go. Okay, I'm sure it actually doesn't even look too horrible for you guys, but seeing this in person is a whole other story. The frame rate's always going to be up here, so right now it's running at a stable, perfect 30. And here, I don't want to go tilted. Here, we'll go shifty. But yeah, this is definitely not looking too good. I mean, if I really needed to play Fortnite for whatever reason, say the battle pass is about to go out, say theoretically it's the last week, I still have some challenges I need to get done, and I'm not at home at my with my main rig. And I need to get on. This could definitely do. Yeah, see, I'm running at a pretty stable 30 FPS. You know, it's capped at there. Oh, already stuff blowing up. Hold up. So this is what? This is running about 400p right now. You know, what doesn't really make sense, though, about what I just said, is if you have an iPhone now, or a somewhat recent iPhone here, let me bump this up to 60%. Let's see how the performance is affected by that. If I were to bump this up, or if... Oh, that looks a lot better. That looks significantly better. Like, that doesn't look too bad at all. Like, if this game was ported to the Nintendo Switch, this is the resolution I'd imagine it'd be running on that. When it's in portable mode, at least. I think you could easily hit 60 FPS. Or 720p at 60 FPS. Say if, with some settings turned up, the Nintendo Switch could obviously do a lot better than this. This is the resolution I think it would be running at, probably with better settings. Oh wow, okay, see that's the one big downside here. I couldn't even tell that was a guy at first because of the resolution. Where'd that guy go? I don't have any rocket launchers. Oh, there's a guy. Oh, booyah, I killed you. Yeah, so this is actually working a lot better than I remember when I tried this. Oh, and I died. Alright, let's go for one more game. Yeah, I don't want to be playing for too long here, but yeah. This is running a lot better. I remember it having some issues, but and I had to, so let's bump it up to 75%. Yeah, this doesn't even look too bad. Okay, now we're dropping below 30s on the menu. That's not a good sign. Yeah, we'll bump it down to 70%. So 545p. And let's see how this goes. Alright, 70%. Looking pretty smooth. We got explosions everywhere. The reason I specifically am doing high explosives, you know, it's not on all the time. That's one reason. But also, it's going to be the most demanding environment for you to be around, having to deal with explosions and stuff. Alright, yeah, see, turning shadows on bumped it down. Now we're at 20 FPS. Just turning that one setting on is messing with it. Although, here, let's see if I can turn anti-aliasing on and get away with it. No, absolutely not. Okay, 26 FPS. Here, actually, let's bump this down to 60 again. And turn view distance up. I can probably get away with that. Yeah, there we go, 30 FPS. Let's go tilted this time. Oh, now we're not, okay, we're not running a perfect 60, or 30 anymore. We're running anywhere from, well, that's not too bad. Mid-20s to 30. Playable, but not optimal. The only case where you would really need to play this, though, is if one, you can't afford a gaming rig right now. So you could afford like a $200 laptop. 2, you don't have an iPhone, or at least you don't have an iPhone that's new enough where you have Fortnite. And you kind of have to just deal with, you know, whatever you got. So I have an Android phone, so I fall under that bus of not being able to play Fortnite on my phone yet, because they're taking forever to come out with the Android version. You know, me having a V30, I should be able to run that pretty good once it does come out. But this is running perfectly fine. Obviously, you're going to be able to do a lot more here than you will be on your phone, because, you know, you have an actual keyboard and mouse. You're going to be able to move around, and I got blown up. But that's going to be it. That's going to be it for this. Alright, the gameplay portion of this. So, let's go down to the conclusion. Switch up the camera angle so I can talk to the camera rather than just looking at the screen. Yeah, let's see you there. Alright, so in conclusion, It ran it pretty well. Um I expected it to. I thought it could do worse than what it actually did. Because last time I played on it was a couple weeks ago, and that the settings I started on was what I had to do to get running at a stable 30 FPS. I don't know if Epic Games has optimized it more since then, and I just didn't notice because normally I play on my expensive rig I put hundreds of dollars into. But yeah, it ran better than I thought. But it wasn't amazing. There's definitely issues. Like I didn't see that one guy there, the one guy I killed in the first game, because of the low resolution. All the pixels, it got a bunch of pixels moving across the screen rather than there being more pixels so you can actually tell it's a guy. But it's like it. I wouldn't really want to play on that for a long amount of time, and just because of those reasons. But it's not bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was. There's two situations that I can come up with that for recommending people to play Fortnite, to get this laptop and play Fortnite on it. One reason would be if you just want to get into the PC gaming space. It performed good enough to the point where my skills, I was able to show or display my skills the best I could, in the performance for the most part was not affecting my performance. Obviously, I didn't see the guy, but when I did see the guy, I was able to shoot him. I was able to jump around. I didn't do much building, but I pulled up the stairs for a second. It seemed to work fine. So my performance wasn't really impaired at all by the fact that I was playing on this laptop. So if you want to just get into the PC gaming scene and you have 200, you're able to scrap together $200 and not a couple hundred or even $1,000 like what I had done with my rig over two summers. I worked and I had allowance. I saved up and I slowly upgraded each part of the machine, and to the point where the only thing that's the same in it is the case and one of the hard drives. Everything else I've replaced in there. So to me, the motherboard, RAM, power supply, CPU, GPU, and I have a second hard drive in there. But anyway, that's not the point. If you just want to get into playing Fortnite for cheap, I would recommend it because it performs good enough. And eventually, once you get better, and you're like, if you decide, yeah, I really like this, you can dump more money into it and buy a better laptop, or even more so, like a full-blown desktop gaming rig. Now, the second scenario I can come up with is something that I could do, more so fitting for me, is you have your own multi-hundred, if not $1,000 rig at home, but you'll get this one for portable gaming. So say if your family has a vacation in some other state, so you're gonna be far away from your rig, but you will still want to be able to play games at night once everybody settles down and goes to sleep. You can, all you have to do is close the laptop, unplug the cable, then go over the wall, unplug it, stuff it in the bag, put this in the bag, take it with. All you gotta do is set it up to Wi-Fi, plug it in, and then booyah, you can play Fortnite, and it'll play pretty well at that. For that reason. So it can be used as a portable gaming machine, which pretty nice. I mean, a situation with that you might be able to use, that would be more applicable more often, would be, say you want to go to your friend's house, you want to stay the night at your friend's house. Yes, you could play Fortnite on your phone if you have an iPhone, and a couple of months down the line on Android. But the issue with that is you have to play on your on-screen buttons, and you can't play as well as you can when you have a full keyboard and mouse like this. Since you have the keyboard and mouse, you're able to play a lot better. And so if you're playing with your friends, you don't want to be the reason you failed and didn't get that dub. So you can buy a laptop like this. It's pretty cheap and actually performs decently well. Take it on the go and be able to play the game pretty well. And also on top of that, it's just more convenient than packing up a console. Xbox One is probably about the same dimensions except twice as tall. And then on top of that, you have to have a screen. And then you have to carry the power brick. And PS4 isn't much better. The main issue is you have to carry a screen and the console. In this case, you don't have to do that because it's a laptop. Since it's a laptop, it's pretty easy to pack, and it's, well, more convenient for traveling. So if you stay at your friend's house a lot and you want to play Fortnite with them while you're at their house, this could be convenient if you do that a lot. Going on vacation, stuff like that. That's kind of what I'll be using it for. Or maybe you're just lazy one day. Maybe you just want to lay down in bed and play some games, because this thing has Bluetooth on it. I don't think I have it up here, but if you have an Xbox One S remote, you can just sync that up with Bluetooth and play, without even a wire or anything. You can, in PS4 remote, you can sync it with Bluetooth too, I think. So you can just play in bed if you're just sick or something, you don't want to get up. And you can use it as more of a convenience machine because it is so cheap. It's not such a big investment. Like, you probably don't want to spend $1,000 on a gaming laptop that you would just sometimes use. Anyway, guys, I'm rambling. I need to cut the video off here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. I hope to see you guys back here next time. And next time, speaking of which, I'm going to be looking at the same laptop, and I'm going to be seeing how well it runs Warframe. And then after that, I'm not sure exactly. I'm probably going to do CSGO after that. But anyway, guys, see you next time. Those are the other two games I'm planning on doing. Anyways, let's get going. Let's take it away, me from the... Ah, shit, that's not plugged in.